ご視聴ありがとうございます。ディスコエリジウム第5回です。遺体を木から下ろすのには成功したものの、検視に必要な書類も紛失していたことが判明します。
で、裏庭の妙に気になってたゴミコンテナ。あれから手をつけようと思ってる。
バールもありますが、県庁と話した方が早そうです。
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the whirling in rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little
他者への
callous,
態度として
doesn't
少し残酷にも感じます。
Something stirs in
そう
you.
か、普通のことだろ
Okay then.
う。ってことで
Maybe you're callous
そいつの
yourself.
鍵を貸してくれ。
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
ありがとうよ。
それでは戻りましょう。
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid
よ
has
く
a
見ると
padlock
割
that
としっ
says
かりした錠前だな。
"Whirling in rags."
バールでは苦戦したかもしれません。
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
なんだか言葉にしづらいです
Just
が
a、feeling.
嫌な感じが
A
します。
warning.
俺は起きてからというものずっと嫌な感じだぞ。
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are
以
recorded
前
in
も
your
こんなことを
elbows,
していたよう
the
です。
methodology in
肘や
your
指、
fingers.
動作を体が
You're
覚え
used
てい
to
ます。
this.
ゴミ漁りの熟練者だったのか。
No, searching for evidence in the
いい
trash.
え、証拠探しだと思います。
Organic
未回
waste,
収だったコン
cold
テ
and
ナからは、
slimy on
い
your
くつかの物
hands.
品が見つかりま
Apple
す。
and potato
マグカッ
peels
プに関して
mostly.
は不明ですが、
Unidentified
ジーンズ、
sludge,
少な
and
く
the
ともシャツは被
occasional
害者の
chicken
もので
bone
しょう。
thrown in for good measure.
あとは書類なんだ
Hey,
な。
what's this?
見つけたようだ。
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Looks like we found your paperwork.
そうなんだろうな。クリップボードもある。
It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
遺体の匂いや同僚からの罵倒に耐えられなかったんだと思う。
Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
気をつけるよ。
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
ゴミ漁りはもう十分だ。
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think
そ
we
れじ
did
ゃ
it all.
クリップボードと書類の冊子だな。
まずはこんなことがわかります。
Iridescence.
匂いはひどいが、検視報告書はまだ使えるようだ。
仕切りの中に何か入っているようですが、
Made to be low
手間がかかりそう
visibility
だ。
outside
後に
the
す
right
る。
circumstances.
他にはどうだ。
It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
キム、これもさっきの透かしってやつか。
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
例えばどんな情報だ。
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
どうすれば確認できる。
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
あんたの車のライトもそうか。
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
後で見てみるか。
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
残りはこの冊子だな。
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You
3
have
ヶ月で
attempted
20
2
件以上、
cases a
週に
week
件
on
ペースで
average.
関わっていたようですね。
What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard.
ただ今年以前のものはないよう
Everything
で
prior to
す。
this must have belonged to
別
a
に保管され
previous
ているの
volume.
でしょうか。
In short, there was more.
週2件のペースってのは刑事としてどうなんだ。
Huh? Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
俺はそうだったらしい。
Two? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
オーバーワークで燃え尽きたわけか。
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
俺の担当した事件には名前がついてるのか。
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction.
事件番号の他
and
に
Vespertine cop show
小説のタイ
staples.
トルのような名称が併記されています。
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
それにしても奇妙な命名法だな。
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
それ以外、タイトルみたいだ。
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
そうみたいだ。こっちは殺人事件だな。
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still I named it
黎
that.
明期の名残であり、捜査のモチベーションを維持す
I
る。
pray his loved
その
ones
ための
never
非公
find
式
out.
な件名ということですね。
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
そういえばこの事件の記録を取ってなかったな。
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
この手順も先人の遺産と言えますね。
せっかくだしもらったペンを使うとしよう。
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.A satisfying slash sounds
お
across
前
the
たちは
paper.
もうおしまいだ。
You're done.
消えろ、
seems
お前
to
も消え
say.
ろ。
And
トゥードゥが
you,
消えていくのはとても爽快です。
things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
それでこの事件のタイトルは
No, actually. Any ideas?
吊るされた男。なんてどうだ。
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
警部補はかなり気に入ってくれた様子です。
It's good we sorted this out.
あとは捜査に戻る前に、クリップボードの透かしも見ておこう。
The last row has
記
three
載されているのは
perforations.
網目と多数の穴。網目の方は地図を表しているようです。
この穴はどんな意味があるんだ。
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18年。そんなに続けてるのか。
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
俺の方が教えてほしいよ。
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200.
200ってのは、すごいのか。
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
だけどそれは昨日までの俺の話だ。最後の列は何だ。
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
これも多いか。
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
あんたも点があるのか。
Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
俺も浴びるほど飲むこと以外の趣味を持った方がいいみたいだ。
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
考えてみるよ。ありがとな。
The lieutenant nods.
透かしに刻まれたあなたの記録からは、長年の実績を有する捜査官
I'll go to
という人物像が浮かんできます。
今の状況を考えれば驚きだな。さて、ノウハウを失ったロートル刑事は、捜査の手順書通り、検視から始めるとするか。
といったところで、今回はここまでです。次回もよろしくお願いします。